The afternoon sun cast long shadows through the crystal chandeliers of Belmont and Company, the most prestigious jewelry store on Fifth Avenue. Sarah Mitchell had worked there for 15 years, and she prided herself on knowing exactly which customers deserved her attention. When the door chimed, Sarah looked up from polishing the display case. A young black girl, no more than 16, walked in wearing a simple hoodie and jeans, a worn backpack slung over one shoulder. Sarah's lips pressed into a thin line. "Can I help you?" Sarah's tone was cold, clipped. The girl smiled warmly. "Yes, I'm looking for something special. Maybe a necklace?" Sarah didn't move from behind the counter. "I'm not sure you understand the kind of establishment this is. Our pieces start at $10,000. The girl's smile didn't waver. "That's fine. Could I see some options?" Sarah crossed her arms. "Look, sweetie, maybe you should try them all. There are some nice affordable stores there that would be more appropriate for someone like you." "Someone like me?" The girl's voice remained calm, curious. "I think you know what I mean," Sarah said, her voice dropping to a harsh whisper. "We don't need people coming in here wasting our time when they clearly can't afford anything. I've seen kids like you before, probably just wanting to take pictures for social media or worse." The girl's shoulders straightened. "I have money, and I'd like to see your necklaces, please." Sarah laughed sharply. "Right. And I'm supposed to believe you can afford a $20,000 necklace? Do you think I'm stupid? I know your type. Now, I'm going to have to ask you to leave before I call security." "My type?" The girl's voice was steady, but something flickered in her eyes. "Don't make this difficult," Sarah said, reaching for the phone. "Leave now, or I'll have you escorted out. We don't tolerate shoplifters here." "I haven't taken anything," the girl said quietly. "Yet," Sarah sneered. "But I'm not giving you the chance. Out. Now." The girl took a deep breath. "I'd like to speak to the manager." "The manager is busy with actual customers," Sarah said. "Now get out before. Is there a problem here, Sarah?" A distinguished man in an impeccable suit emerged from the back office. Richard Belmont, the store's owner, surveyed the scene with sharp eyes. Sarah straightened, confident. "Mr. Belmont, I was just handling a situation. This girl came in and was clearly not a legitimate customer. I asked her to leave. Did she do something wrong?" Mr. Belmont asked carefully. "She was wasting our time, pretending she could afford our jewelry," Sarah said. "You know how it is, we can't have just anyone wandering in here." Mr. Belmont's face went pale. He walked directly to the young girl. "Miss Chen, I am so deeply sorry. Please accept my sincere apologies for this treatment." Sarah blinked. "Chen? You know her?" The girl, Miss Chen, finally spoke, her voice carrying a weight it hadn't before. "Mr. Belmont. I came in hoping to surprise my mother with something for her birthday. She's always admired your store's craftsmanship." "Sarah," Mr. Belmont said, his voice trembling with barely controlled fury, "do you have any idea who you just insulted and tried to throw out of my store?" Sarah's confidence cracked. She's just a teenager. This is Lily Chen. Her mother is Dr. Margaret Chen, the renowned cardiac surgeon who has been one of our most valued clients for over a decade. Her father is David Chen, the tech entrepreneur." Mr. Belmont turned to Lily. "I am mortified, Miss Chen. Truly mortified." Lily reached into her backpack and pulled out a sleek wallet, extracting a black credit card. "I was hoping to spend around $50,000 today. My mother saved a child's life last week, a pro bono case, and I wanted to celebrate her." Sarah felt the floor drop away beneath her feet. "Sarah," Mr. Belmont said coldly, "has just cost this store a significant sale and, more importantly, has damaged our reputation with one of the finest families I've had the pleasure of knowing." "Miss Chen, and Mr. Belmont," Lily interrupted, her voice still remarkably composed, "I need to ask you something. Do other customers get treated like this? Other people who look like me?" The question hung in the air like a blade. Mr. Belmont's jaw tightened. He looked at Sarah. "Is this true? Have there been others?" Sarah's mouth opened and closed. She had no defense, Lily continued, because if the answer is yes, then the problem isn't just one employee. It's your store's culture. She looked directly at Sarah. You didn't see a customer. You didn't even see a person. You saw a stereotype, and you treated me accordingly. "Miss Chen, I promise you," Mr. Belmont began. "I'm 16 years old," Lily said, and for the first time, her voice cracked slightly. "I've been followed in stores. I've had people clutch their purses when I walk by. I've heard whispers. But I never thought I'd be accused of being a thief just for walking into a store where I wanted to spend my saved money to celebrate my mother." Sarah felt tears pricking her eyes, but they were tears of shame, not sympathy. "Sarah," Mr. Belmont said quietly, "clear out your desk. You're fired, effective immediately." "Mr. Belmont, please, I need this job, I have bills," Sarah started. "You should have thought about that before you humiliated a child in my store," he said. "Leave. Now." As Sarah walked toward the back, her legs shaking, Lily called out, "Wait." Everyone froze. Lily turned to Mr. Belmont. I don't just want her fired. I want real change. I want you to implement anti-discrimination training for your entire staff. I want you to examine your hiring practices and your company culture. I want you to make sure this never happens to anyone else. Mr. Belmont nodded slowly. You have my word, Miss Chen. We will do better. Lily looked at Sarah one last time. I hope you learn from this. Not because I need your apology, but because the next person you judge might not have the resources to defend themselves. They might just leave, hurt and humiliated, and you'd never know the damage you caused. With that, Lily turned and walked out of the store, her head held high. Sarah stood in the back office, packing her belongings into a cardboard box. Through the window, she could see Mr. Belmont on the phone, likely doing damage control with the Chen family. Her hands trembled as she placed her name tag in the box. She had been so certain. So confident in her assumptions. As she left through the back entrance, carrying her box of belongings, Sarah passed a newspaper stand. The headline caught her eye: Local teen Lily Chen raises $100,000 for youth literacy programs. There was a photo of Lily, smiling beside her mother, Dr. Margaret Chen, at a charity gala. Sarah stood there on the sidewalk, box in her arms, and finally understood the full weight of what she'd done. She hadn't just lost a job. She'd revealed the ugliness that had been living in her heart, disguised as professionalism and good judgment. The girl she'd tried to throw out wasn't just wealthy. She was kind, accomplished, and strong enough to stand up for others even in her moment of humiliation. And Sarah? She was the one who had been found lacking. As she walked away from Belmont and Company for the last time, Sarah realized that she was the one who had been too poor that day, too poor in spirit, in compassion, in basic human decency. The real poverty, she understood now, had been her own. 3 months later, Lily Chen stood in Belmont and Company again, this time with her mother. Mr. Belmont personally assisted them, and every staff member had completed comprehensive anti-bias training. A small plaque near the entrance read, "Every person who enters deserves dignity and respect." Lily bought her mother a beautiful diamond pendant. As they left, a young black boy entered with his father, and the new employee greeted them with genuine warmth. "Welcome to Belmont and Company. How may I help you today?" Lily smiled. Sometimes change came from the most painful moments, but it was change nonetheless.